So, I mentioned in my last video I went to see The Batman yesterday, and I didn't really have any strong opinions on it, but something I did have a strong feeling about or opinion about is the sizzle reel that showed beforehand. The sizzle reel that showed before the movie, they showed all of the DC movies slated to come out in 2022, and it was the Batman, and it was, what was the second one? The second one, Black Adam, and The Flash, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't think all these are coming out in 2022. Like, two of them, The Flash and Aquaman, were against or like either against or really close to other huge juggernauts that were probably gonna beat them. The Flash was right before Black Panther 2, and Aquaman was the same day as Avatar 2. And, you know, not good chances there, especially for the Flash. Like Aquaman 2 maybe could beat Avatar 2 if people really don't care about it. I'm curious to see how people react to that trailer because everyone's saying no one cares about Avatar anymore, but they could easily change everybody's mind. So it's a bit of a gamble having it there, and I'm like, okay, the DC movies are going to have to move because Disney is not moving either of those movies, so their movies. So DC's going to have to fall for this one. And lo and behold, I was right, but they moved everything. Like, I don't know if they needed to move everything. They probably did for some reason because they did move everything, but they moved everything. So the new schedule is DC Super Pets is actually the next DC movie to come out, which is an animated thing, and it's coming out on July 29th. It was supposed to come out in May, I believe, a few weeks after Doctor Strange, but now it's coming out a few weeks after Thor, which I think is fine. Either would have been fine for it. I think it would have done pretty much the same either way. So good for it. I mean, The Rock's voicing in that, so I'm sure it'll make some money, and yeah, good for it. But the July 29th date was originally Black Adam's date, so Black Adam is moving to October 21st, and I'm like, why is that happening? I guess it has to do with the CG or something needs more time, because I'm like, what? I thought 3 weeks after Thor, like end of July, like kind of being the end of summer thing was a good date for it. So I'm like, like I don't know. I was out of the ones announced for this year besides the Batman, that's the one I was most looking forward to. So I'm like, I'm a little sad it's moving, but like not that sad. And I'm like, okay, whatever. However, I'm like, as soon as I saw the October 21st date, I'm like, okay, the Flash has to move because the Flash was scheduled for November 4th, and yeah, I'm like, that's not happening. So the Flash did move, and Aquaman did move, and Shazam moved up. So Shazam Fury of the Gods, the second Shazam movie, is now coming out in December. So they got rid of the November date entirely. Black Adam's in October. They added an October date. And then they have Shazam Fury of the Gods, December 16th. So the same day Aquaman was supposed to come out, the same day Avatar 2 was supposed to come out. And honestly, I'm excited because I'm more excited for Shazam than Aquaman, so that pleases me. But in the grand scheme of things, I know Shazam is not as popular as Aquaman, especially worldwide. It makes sense that they wouldn't want to put Aquaman against Avatar 2 and just pick something that's like gonna work as counter programming and they won't lose as much money over potentially, because one of Aquaman 2 and Avatar 2 would probably cannibalize the other, and it was too much of a risk for them to leave Aquaman there. So Shazam, which wasn't gonna make as much money anyway, but will still probably make money, is a good movie for kids and families. Going there is a good, smart move, I think. Especially because, like, I'm like, why was it supposed to come out in June? It was supposed to come out in June next year, 2023. And I'm like, why so long? Because, like, they finished filming it ages ago. And I'm like, I know they have to edit and stuff, but, like, really? Like, I know the Suicide Squad did that, but it's weird how, like, big the window of some of the DC things are. Yeah, so Aquaman is actually coming out before The Flash now. Aquaman's coming out on the 17th of March, 2023. I think that's a good date for it. I don't think there's any huge competition in March 2023 right now. I know Marvel has a thing in February, has a date slot, which is supposed to be the Marvels as of right now. I suspect that may change depending on how Black Panther 2's production goes, and if there's any issues with that, it might move there. But either way, plenty of time. It's like the Marvel thing comes in a month before Aquaman 2 is supposed to. I think that's a good date for it. And then The Flash is coming out when Shazam was going to come out, June 23rd, 2023. I think that's a good date. But I'm a little confused that The Flash moves so much later than Aquaman, like it leapfrogged Aquaman to a later date, and I don't know, maybe they need more time on it. Because I know it's supposed to be this big movie where, like, they reset everything, and it's, like, this whole thing, and Michael Keaton's coming back, and so, as Batman, and so many other people are coming back, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not really sure about The Flash, but yeah, I guess it's good they have more time on it. They probably need it if they're moving it that far back, and yeah. So there's that. So other than that, yeah, and it doesn't have anything else to cannibalize it, I don't think, because the Marvel thing in July that year is coming at the end of July, like I think like the 29th of July or something. So no worries there. So I'm not really upset by these moves. I'm a little disappointed that we have to wait a little longer for Black Adam, but we get Shazam like 6 months earlier, so I'm happy about that. And I don't really care about Aquaman or The Flash, so those can wait. And DC Super Pets is what it is. It's gonna happen, and it's a thing. Cool. I also noticed that a couple other dates have moved. The Meg is going to be on August 4th, 2023. Cool. I didn't see the first Meg, whatever. And Wonka, which was supposed to come out in February or March next year, is now coming out in December, which it has that December movie feel, so this makes sense. I'm just sad we don't get to see it earlier because I'm very curious about it. This is the Timothy Chalamet one. Timothy Chalamet one, where he's like, it's a prequel and he's Wonka and he like builds his empire and everything. I'm interested in that one, and it's a musical. But yeah, so those are all the delays, and those are all the Warner Brothers delays. I'm curious if we are going to be getting some Marvel ones again, and yes, people told me not to speak it into existence, but I think we should talk about the possibility, because it's possible. Because I know Black Panther 2 is having some issues, so I've been wondering, because we don't have a Thor trailer yet, as of when I'm putting this up, they might move Thor to November, just to like, kind of like, give more, like, space the movies out a bit more if there's only 2 coming this year. I mean, they haven't always done that. They've done May, July before and nothing else, so that's fine if they leave it. But, and then everything else would move. So Black Panther moved to February. The Marvels would probably move to another date. Quantum Mania, maybe Guardians 3, I don't know. But there's all that. So, yeah, I'm worried about Black Panther 2 because today, during the shareholders meeting with Disney, they talked about different movies coming out this year, and they mentioned Avatar 2, which is December, but they didn't mention Black Panther 2, which is November as of right now. So I'm like, we will see how that goes. Other than that, that's it. That's all I'm really thinking about right now with these movies. I'm pretty happy with the new DC slate. I hope the Marvel one does not change. I don't want to wait longer for like the Marvel. Black Panther I know needs time, but I don't want to wait longer for like the Marvels and all that, or Guardians 3, because Lord knows Guardians 3 it's been delayed from like 3 years when it was supposed to originally come out. So yeah. So how are you guys feeling about this? I'm fine with it, but let me know if you were like really excited for Aquaman or The Flash and you're disappointed, but I'm not. Oh, Batgirl. Batgirl has Michael Keaton in it, so people are speculating that because The Flash was supposed to come out first, which also has Michael Keaton's Batman in it, that the Batgirl's gonna have to move now. I hope not. I don't know if they're still filming or doing reshoots, but they'll probably try and find a way to keep it there, because apparently it's a Christmas movie they might want to do in December, and even then I don't want to wait 6 more months for it, so fingers crossed Batgirl stays. I'm looking forward to that one. And yeah,